Hello, welcome. So for those of you who don't know, my name's Georgia. I am a full stack digital marketer from Manchester, and I talk about stuff to do with all things digital marketing and content creation. And today I'm going to talk about something really niche. So I hope it's useful to you because I spent hours looking for this information and it wasn't there. And I literally worked it out myself before an entire Facebook group of specialized email marketers answered my question. So now I feel confident that I know more than those people. So essentially, when you do email marketing, it's a direct marketing format. So people need to consent to have you sending emails to their inbox. With GDPR, people get a bit confused about what is and isn't allowed. But there are situations where the systems you have in place in your email marketing software doesn't inherently follow a process that allows you to act on the information you have that you know they're consenting to be contacted. So the certain example I have, you can see here on my website. So I have recently launched a new line of crystal effect keychains. People can buy them individually or they can buy a bunch of them. And I decided that if anyone wants to order more than 20, then they can qualify for a wholesaler discount. This was mainly based off the fact that I have two martial arts sparring glove keychains in red and blue, and I know a lot of martial artists who are club owners who have little shops for merch for their club, but there's not a lot of novelty items. It's normally just like a t-shirt printed with their logo, and I wanted some cooler stuff out in the world for martial artists to sort of show off what they like. So I made those keychains, and for anyone who is a club owner, I've already had a couple friends order them. They can sign themselves up as a wholesaler. So if they want to order more than 20 of any individual items, they can fill out this form here. I set it so it auto-populates with the name of the item that's on the page, but this lock one is just an example that it auto-pulls. And then they give their email and then their desired item quantity. And then they send that form off, they're added to a group of wholesalers, and then I can send them a discount code for that item, which only works for quantities above 20. So people can't get the discount and then just buy one for themselves. Now that sounds really simple, doesn't it? Except it's not really, because in terms of like web design, you don't want to have a really cluttered form that asks for a lot of information for people to sign up. This form only appears when I'm on certain pages. This is my single product template, so I don't want this to show up on digital products. So I have another video about conditional displaying where I show you that it only shows up in certain situations where the category is physical products. But you don't want to make this too messy even when it's appearing on the appropriate page, because then people aren't going to want to keep scrolling to find out all the information about the additional description and the reviews, and there's just a whole lot of stuff that could mess up the flow of a page and make the user experience clunky, so they're not actually going to complete the sale, which is what you want in the end. Now, my e-commerce platform is based on WooCommerce, and that means that anyone who purchases through my shop in WooCommerce can feed through automatically to my email software Mailerlite, and they are registered as a customer. They've purchased from me before. That's evidence of legitimate interest in buying my products. Therefore, you're allowed to send them marketing information. When you go on your email marketing software, every subscriber has a bunch of different data fields that the software can pull from and decides if they're applicable to be sent certain emails in certain situations. And one of those fields is called accepts marketing. So this is one of my other email addresses, so I'm not doxing anyone. But if you go down here, you'll see that I have set this up so I accept marketing. And this field has a 1 in it. So this works on a binary system. So 0 means they do not accept marketing emails, and 1 means they do accept marketing emails. We go through to my form and we'll find out that my form fields don't have a box to check to accept marketing, because we're assuming that if they are signing up to be a wholesaler, then they have intention of being a customer in the future. They're getting a discount code to be able to purchase more stuff from me. And then if they want to purchase some of my other products in the future, I want to be able to email them to alert them that there's more products coming that they will be able to make profit from themselves in the future, because wholesalers, they buy the stuff at a slightly discounted rate and sell it off at anywhere between the recommended retail price and however little profit they want to make. They could sell it at cost to them if they wanted to. Or, they could try and sell it for more, but people are rarely going to buy something from the more expensive person if they know where it originally came from. So that depends if they know who I am. So we can safely assume that this person accepts being marketed to, because it would benefit them to find out about new products coming out in this line of a similar nature. But there is no obvious way for me to alert Mailerlite that this person signed up to marketing, because they haven't yet made a purchase from me. They're preparing to make a purchase from me because they need the discount code before they're going to make their first wholesaler purchase, probably. Now, this isn't a tutorial on telling you how to set up an email form with Elementor, so I'm going to assume that you have a basic understanding of how to do it. So you go to the Actions after Submit tab. We have connected Mailerlite to my website, so we have Mailerlite. I go into my Mailerlite tab, and the person is automatically added to the wholesale customers group. Then you would think that you could add a checkbox to be able to trigger when someone sends off this form, they have checked, yes, I would like to be marketed to, and then they can receive marketing emails in the future. Now, because it works off a binary system, the only field for accepts marketing is actually a value-based field. You have to type into a number for it, and the only number field I have is the desired item quantity, which starts at 20. It's not going to be a 1 or a 0, so how do we tell Mailerlite that we want them to be in the wholesale customers group that accepts marketing? Now think about how many times you've been asked to fill in an online form. You want as few fields as possible that are required to fill out, and have you ever once seen someone type into a box a 1 to confirm that they want to be contacted for email stuff? They would normally just check something, they would accept it. So you could have an acceptance box, or you could have them added to a group where it's automatically assumed that they will be wanting email marketing communications in the future by sheer act of them filling out the form. And to avoid this clunky user experience where they're going to be asked to put a number into a box that they won't understand why, then you can add them to the wholesaler group, and then you can go into Mailerlite and create an automation. Now, when I was early to email marketing, I didn't know that you could actually make automations for stuff that doesn't include actually sending emails, but this is where the secret lies. I have a simple workflow here where when a customer joins the wholesale customers group, then they are automatically accepting marketing, and I will provide it with a value of 1 on their subscriber account. So the workflow is as simple as you create a trigger. The trigger is when a customer joins a certain group. You could also make this trigger when a customer checks a certain box in a certain form, if you're able to set it up that way and you prefer that, which could be the accepts button, and it's a little checkbox. When that is confirmed, then the custom field on their subscriber profile will turn into accepts marketing, and the value will be set to 1, which means now when you go onto the account, it is set at a 1. I hope you found that tutorial useful. I know it's one of the more niche ones that very few people are going to have this exact workflow set up, but for me, it was really bugging me when I couldn't get Mailerlite, Elementor, and WooCommerce to communicate with each other. This is a way of making sure all your softwares can communicate to each other. I hope it was useful to you. I have some longer videos coming up, which I haven't been able to put together yet because I have spent the past weekend doing as many sparring sessions as possible. I am about to go to my 4th sparring session on a weekend. One day was 2 sessions in one day, and then I actually ended up doing 3 sessions in less than a 24-hour period. My legs are like quivering, and I'm about to go kick some more pads. So the next couple of videos are going to be a lot more long, in-depth, follow-along style tutorials. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one today. Make sure you subscribe to see that, and have a good day.